More, and I'm going to bring to you the weekly session update. Some highlights that we're going to talk about today is the in-person learning bill, and also a bill that I sponsored with Speaker Tim Moore dealing with summer enrichment programs. As you can see, I'm shooting this from home today. Because the session was called off due to weather concerns, so I had to come back into Wilkes last night. Got back about 11 o'clock, and we've been really fortunate that we didn't get harder hit than what we have with the ice. And we just need to keep in prayers the folks in Brunswick County that experienced a tornado in the middle of the night. At the first of the week, it hit a densely populated area that was made up of mostly elderly people. So we just need to keep them in our thoughts. We're truly blessed, even though we have some bad weather, that we're not facing what others in North Carolina are. The action this week, we completed the conference report with the Senate dealing with SB 37, the in-person learning choice for families. A change that we had made in the House dealt with concerns of employees that are at high health risk, and also if they had a child with high health risk, that accommodations could be made at the local school system level for that teacher. Since this bill has been moving through the General Assembly, magically, many systems that were remote only are starting to convert even before the bill is fully through the process. With the vote on the conference report, the vote was 77 to 42, so we had bipartisan support on this and enough votes that we could override the veto in the House if the Senate could override. So it will be interesting. I know the governor has made an announcement at the time that I'm filming this. I'm not 100% sure what his announcement is and if he's answering any questions about the bill. But we were happy to send that so these systems that have been on remote only open up to get on Plan A or Plan B to get our students back in-person instruction. I was also excited this week for a discussion-only committee hearing on a bill called Summer Learning Choice for NC Families. This is something that Speaker Moore out of Cleveland has been very passionate about. The idea of trying to tackle the issue of learning loss. And how do we go about doing that? And he asked me to co-sponsor the bill with him, and we developed a framework that will filter down to our local systems to be sure that they can offer a summer learning enrichment program that would be interesting for the kids to try to deal with some of these learning gaps. I feel like this program is a step in that direction. Will it solve it all? No. I think it's a medicine towards a disease, but it will help tackle. And plus, too, for many of the systems that have been virtual only, this will be an opportunity for kids to get back in the routine of school. The framework that we put together created a lot of local flexibility, but also gave some parameters to make it interesting for kids. You almost could think of this as a day camp. They would be required to not only do the reading and math, the academic piece, they would be required to have a physical activity time and also an enrichment time to where they could do it theme-based based on what the locals would like to do. So trying to make it very exciting for the kids. And at the high school level, what the at-risk student can participate in is course recovery, and also they would have to offer an elective course. And the idea that we're hoping to see pops up in various systems is an interesting elective that could definitely be connected to workforce development, maybe a food certification class, maybe an auto mechanics class, those kind of classes to really motivate that at-risk student that has fallen behind because of COVID. They were probably behind before. Those are the kids that we're targeting for this program. So I was very excited to see the process starting on that this week. We had a discussion meeting in Education K-12, and I answered questions dealing with the bill and the framework, and some good points were brought up. So we are working in a bipartisan way to try to shore up some of those issues that folks saw with the bill. So you'll see more about that next week. We're also continuing budget discussions on the second round of COVID funding and how we are going to handle that. Some of that is federally mandated how we handle it, some of it is not. So we'll be working through those issues next week and could possibly see the bill dropped to where the public can see it with the work that we've done. But that was the happenings in Raleigh this week, and I appreciate the opportunity to share